Good day everyone, my name is Mariel K. Antipasto, a second-year student nurse from LaSalle University. And for this activity, I am going to be working with Ian Braille and Bianca Angeli for growing bacteria in an agar plate. Bacteria are so little that they cannot be seen into the human eye, and millions of them can be crammed into a small space. Growing bacteria on a nutrient agar plate allows us to witness them in action because each one grows into a colony of thousands of bacteria. The bacteria will consume the agar as food. Growing bacteria can be so difficult, but we will not give up if our first few attempts will be unsuccessful. We will count the number of colonies that have grown, and we will note the differences in color, shape, and other characteristics in our bacteria.
Hi Miss, this is voiceover Bianca and I'm going to show you the materials and ingredients needed and the process on how to make homemade agar plate. First, you will need a saucepan, 1 teaspoon of gelatin, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of sugar, measuring spoons, 1 beef broth cube, cotton swab, and lastly, clean plastic container. Now let's proceed to the process of making homemade agar plate. First, pour the water into the saucepan and bring it to a boil. Add beef stock powder, or if you're using cube, start with just half of the cube. If the water is already dark brown in color, then use only half of the cube. Then add the sugar and gelatin to the boiling water and stir for a minute until all the ingredients have dissolved. Cool your new agar mixture slightly for 10 minutes. The mixture needs to be still hot to avoid the gelatin setting in the saucepan and to prevent contamination from bacteria in the air. The conditions are far from sterile, but you want to avoid as much contamination as possible. Take the lid off the plastic container and fill it with the hot mixture. Only take the lid off the plastic container when you're ready to pour your agar, or they will become contaminated with bacteria in the air. Immediately put the lid back on the plastic container and put it in the fridge for about 4 hours until the agar has set. Do not touch the agar or you will contaminate it with the bacteria on your finger. Now it is time to collect and grow bacteria on the plastic container. Using cotton swabs, run it along to your source of bacteria and then rub it lightly across the agar in a zigzag pattern. Then put the lid back on the plastic container, label it, and tape it close and place it upside down in your make-do incubator if you have one for 1 to 2 days. But if you don't have an incubator, leave the plate at room temperature for 3 to 5 days.
To wrap up, the experiment is very helpful since it gives us a blast on how to control the growth of microorganisms, knowing that bacteria and other microbes can almost be found anywhere. In the given experiment, we learn about the different types of bacteria and fungi in terms of their color, if it is whitish, reddish, or yellowish, or either in terms of their structure, if it is papery, moist, or cottony. And in connection to our field, controlling the growth of microorganisms using different types of disinfectants and antiseptics is very vital to prevent cross-contamination to both patient and healthcare professionals.